illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah. So let's inshallah return to just a place of stillness, place of gatheredness, but relaxed, a relaxed sense of simply being present. Feel free to use the breath and an awareness of the silence. Bismillah. And I want you all to look at me now as you feel more gathered. So open your eyes, because I'm going to make an ishara, and then I want you to follow this. Not the ishara, but the instruction that I will give. Bring your awareness and your sensing to the center of your chest and your abdomen in this realm. And just recognize this as the center of your being. And simply sense and imagine and feel your center here, focusing on whether you wish it to be more around the bottom of the chest or more towards the belly, the middle of the belly, but this whole region, any place that works for you. Bring your sensing here. Imagine that this is your heart. Now begin observing your heart with each and every breath, and stay open in a relaxed way. This should not be an exercise of concentrated, focused effort, but rather a relaxed sensing that allows whatever occurs here to occur. Bismillah. Remember, this exercise is in a relaxed way. Observe your heart, your spiritual heart, the center of your being. Bismillah. As you stay with the feeling, allow any thoughts, feelings, or memories, or anything to simply arise there. And just take a note. Just notice what arises, if anything does. Bismillah. Muhammadan Rasulullah.
The moment you start thinking of this region as your heart, as the center of your being, as full of what you are, then it's almost like you start being absorbed into that.
Very interesting as well.
And then you're it's like you're being drawn into it. And so when you mention like notice any thoughts that may arise, this is one of the few occasions you give us permission to actually pay attention to the thoughts, like to watch them arising as opposed to like redirecting your attention.
Yes.
There's nothing actually. It was just this.
Yes, it's interesting that nothing arises. So that's interesting, and I like how you said that the attention is now then pulled into this kind of center. It's as if you've awakened a center of gravity that you didn't even know, a kind of force.
Yeah.
And so that's the power and the beauty of sacred imagination. It's actually always there. At the beginning, you won't have any thoughts, right? You did have some feelings, the feelings of just simply of the qualities of centeredness, stillness, peace, all of these. These are natural feelings. Just as there's natural feelings, if you carry this exercise in a very subtle way with you, if you just make an intention to carry for 1 hour, and just see what, and if you can learn the art of just openly observing, not judging, not to manipulating, just openly observing yourself, you will notice certain thoughts will arise as well. Some of those thoughts or experiences will take you out, and you just want to observe that. And then when you realize it, you suddenly come back. And some will show you there's certain thoughts that will keep on arising at some point. This will show you, and I'm going to give you the shortcut. I'm going to give you what you need to learn from that as you do this experiment. So I invite you to. You will learn those thoughts that actually dominate you or hold you, have a strong influence on you. They'll start arising from there. Interesting, right? Some of these will be nafsani thoughts. Some of them will be beautiful spiritual insights that we're just kind of buried. But they'll come from there, or they'll come from around, right? But they'll be affecting the interaction from there. And that's what you want to notice also. It's like, all right, finally, I got you. Like, just, all right, I'm going to write this down. So that's interesting. So this is a serious thing I just need to be aware of, that this always affects me. Because the more you notice certain thoughts, then those are some of those strong thoughts are the thoughts that take you out, or feelings that take you out of your center and pull you away and try to make their own center out of, right? They're like try to make their own identity as, you know, as yours, to eclipse this real identity, right? So that's an interesting exercise if you can, and it really only works well when you're not kind of judging. You're really just, allowing it. So then after the exercise is over, you've already made the mental note, and then this is something that you may learn you need to work on, right? Or cultivate if it's a very powerful insight or a beautiful kind of feeling sense that keeps you grounded, gathered, centered, still.
Can you use this for the Muraqaba?
You can use this for Muhasaba. So it's like a Muhasaba exercise. You can call it a Muraqaba Muhasaba exercise, but the Muraqaba is about God, right? So yes, to some degree, but then it has to be about Allah, not just simply observing like this. When you go into this observing, like you see, functionally speaking, it's the Muhasaba.
Yeah, I see it.
Right? It's just observing in real time rather than retrospectively. You're just staying open. So that's a subtle, the Muhasaba exercise. Now, if you're doing other exercises or spiritual routines like the Dhikrullah, the Awrad, and you just want to observe your heart,
Yeah.
that'll be interesting. Because you'll see what arises from that as an effect of the wird, as an effect of the dhikr of Allah, and as an effect of the neglecting your wird or your dhikr, right? So it's just an interesting exercise of staying open, right? But still do everything. Stay open like that, and then maybe take notes later on your scan of yourself or your muhasabah. Like, all right, so in reality, the adept is always in spiritual practice. It's just some of the practices are just so subtle that they're non-practices, but they're still profound practices.
Yeah.
Right?
لا إله إلا الله 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 لا إله إلا الله